Hey guys, I'm here in Angeles. You won't believe it. I've been here for 3 days and I haven't been to one of the bars. Isn't that crazy? Walking street, no bars? Well, actually they're walking street. I'm going to show you some videos of what it looks like. But here, I spent some time playing pickleball. I've looked at some condos for future investments. And I'm going to talk to you a story about the 3-in-1. What is a 3-in-1? Here in the Philippines, there's a thing called 3-in-1 coffee. You basically get your coffee, your sugar and cream, and it's pre-mixed and everything's ready. And it should be perfect. It should be perfect. Now what does that have to do with me and my relationship with my girlfriend? That's crazy. Hey guys, what a terrible time to vlog a video. I'm here in Angeles City, walking street during the daytime. Hopefully you can take a good look here behind me. And then you have Phillies right there. I started my video earlier when I was at the hotel, the La Grande Hotel, about my thoughts on the 3-in-1 relationship. I think there's a lot of truth about it. Hey!
Shout out!
Hey, Adrian! Shout out for who?
Shout out to Sam!
Alright, Adrian. By the way, Adrian has a channel now, and I'm going to go ahead and put his channel on.
Yes. Subscribe to my channel, Adrian. Shout out time. Subscribe and likes. Thank you.
Alright. Anyway, Adrian's been here for years. It seems like every time I'm here, he is on that corner. And I've come here every once in a while, right? Maybe once a year or twice a year. Don't live here. But he's been here, and he's been in that corner almost every single day. He's such a good guy, and hopefully you guys can subscribe to his channel. Going back to the 3-in-1. You know, the coffee, you want that perfect coffee blend, right? Blend of cream, sugar, and you have and your coffee. When it comes in terms of the relationship, the young Filipina told me, "Oh, you're looking for a 3-in-1." I said, "What's a 3-in-1?" You know, the daughter, a lover, and a caregiver. And let's explore that. When you're with a Filipina, chances are, let's just say you're 50 and that girl's 25. Well, that's 25 years difference. She could be your daughter. And if you're 55, she's 35. 20 years difference. She could be your daughter. So I get it. I understand when that girl was telling me that, hey, the 3-in-1, one of the three is you're looking for a daughter. And I think that in my relationship with younger women, with all the experiences that I've had, and then the younger women that are 25 and 30 years old, and I'm 25 and 30 years older than them, I feel like that I could guide them. You're gonna feel it as soon as you get here. There's a lot of stuff that she's doing. They're very childish compared to where you are, and you have all the experience. Hopefully you have experiences that can guide her as a young woman, guide her as a human being, guide her for her future. And I think that's what she meant if she's my daughter. Not a real daughter, but guiding her as a better person, which is how you would treat your daughter back in the US. Here, the second point is your lover, right? We're looking for someone that's gonna take care of that missing piece in a relationship with someone that we love. Someone that's gonna stay with you, someone that's gonna comfort you, and someone that you wanna give your all. So the second part of the 3-in-1 would be someone that you love, your special someone. Now, whether you marry her or not, that's totally up to you. But define someone as a lover, or someone that I will give my all, but without the marriage certificate. And that is one of the 3-in-1 coffee that we are looking for, right? To get that perfect mix, the perfect blend in a relationship. As you can see behind me, let me see here, I've walked through this whole road here. This is Walking Street. It's being torn down, but from what I've heard, after watching some of these other bloggers, it's going to be a lot nicer once it's completed. All right, the third thing that I'm going to talk about on the 3-in-1 relationship, or the 3-in-1 coffee. I don't know. Every time I hear the phrase 3-in-1 coffee, it just makes me think about the young girl that told me when I was looking for a special someone here. She goes, "Oh, you're looking for a 3-in-1," once she found out how old I was. And I think this is probably the most important of the aspect of the 3-in-1 analogy. You may not want to talk about it. We're going to get old. If you live in the US, and if you're wealthy enough, it's pretty expensive to hire a caregiver. I know I couldn't afford it. If you're looking at someone that's going to live with you full-time, 24/7, doesn't go home, his or her job is to take care of you because you're older now. You have to feed her. You let her live in your house. I have the feeling that it's going to cost you $50,000 a year, expense-wise, food, shelter, and a salary. And I doubt that you're going to get that good of a care, right? I've just never heard of any good stories about a caregiver. I know there are professionals in America. I knew of a caregiver, but she was not there full time. She would take care of older people, take care of their medicine, take care of their feeding them, clothing them, food. And I think back then she was making somewhere around $30,000 a year, and it was through an agency. I just don't know if I'll have that kind of money to have someone that's going to take care of me once I'm in my 70s, 80s. I just don't know. I'm not there. I just heard horror stories. And if you can't afford a caregiver and live in a house in the US, what's your other option? Live with your kids, family, an in-law, just barely make ends meet. Unless you're very wealthy, you're gonna have a tough time. My dad, retired Air Force, all his medical bills is paid. He served in Vietnam. But I remember when he had to go into his assisted living housing, he was not very happy. I remember going and visiting him every day or every other day, and he would just complain. And they're not helping me. They don't care about me. I think after a couple years, we brought him back home. Just so that he didn't have to tell us those terrible stories in the middle of the night where he'll scream and he'll hear other people scream for the nurse, and then the nurse will ignore them. That's from his point of view. That's not, I gotta believe that there's probably good assisted living homes in the U.S., but in his situation, and he was never happy. We can afford to have a full-time caregiver, but toward the latter days of his life, we had someone there full-time right before he passed away. But my mother was a caregiver for him. And my mother was 4'11". My dad was 6'5". And she took care of him every day. She did her job as a spouse and as a wife. So what happened if you're in the Philippines? Let's just take the same situation. I think we would have been able to afford a caregiver. Maybe 2 caregivers. In the province, and I'm not sure about Manila, you can have someone at your house 24/7 for about $10 a day. That's not a lot of money. One of the main things that I saw my dad was having was loneliness. That's a killer too. I mean, that would... So if you have someone that could take care of him and watch after him and do everything they need for him for $10 a day, and then you have someone else that's gonna cook for him and just talk for another $10 a day. Caregiver in the Philippines, if anything, it's going to cost you $200 to $300 a month. I don't have any stats on this. In fact, I'll look it up and I'll post it. How much a caregiver costs in the United States. But you can have 2 or 3 caregivers or 2 or 3 people keeping an eye on you as you're getting older. But let's go back to the 3-in-1 situation again. The girlfriend that you decided to look for, and daughter that you found, and the caregiver that you found, and let's just say you're with her for 10 years, and now you're 70 or 80. Well, that young girl now is about 40 years old. She's more matured, you've guided her, you've taken care of her, and hopefully that same young woman that you fell in love with 15, 20 years earlier is more mature now. She'll have your best interests. She'll watch over you just like you watched over her for the last 10 or 15 years. So when the girl said 3-in-1 relationship, 3-in-1 coffee, when I first heard of it, I laughed. I say 3-in-1, I start giggling. But in reality, isn't that the best thing to have? A 3-in-1 relationship? Someone that you're going to take care of and groom like a daughter. Someone that you fall in love with, she falls in love with you, and you have your relationship with her as an adult. And if you are able to maintain that relationship for 10 or 15 years, would you rather have a stranger as a caregiver will take care of you only for money, that would charge you $50,000 to $60,000 a year, that will just know that it's a job and really don't give you the care, the time of day that you deserve? Or, once again, would you rather have that young, beautiful Filipina that you are able to groom to become your special someone? There's more of a connection of her wanting to take care of you versus someone that just wants you for your money. Alright guys, that's my 3-in-1 video. When the young Filipina told me that, oh, you're looking for that 3-in-1 relationship, they started explaining it to me. I thought it was kind of funny, but there's a lot of good truth in that. Hopefully that every one of you, when you come to the Philippines, you're gonna find your 3-in-1 relationship, your 3-in-1 coffee. Thank you for watching my channel, and I'll see you guys another day. Bye-bye.